Because in either game, life or football, the margin for error is so small. I mean, one half a step too late or too early, and you don't quite make it. 1/2 second too slow, too fast, you don't quite catch it. The inches we need are everywhere around us.
Hell yeah.
They're in every break of the game, every minute, every second.
Everybody, I just heard from somebody, from James, my trusty co-worker, wingman, that is it Dexter from? No, it's from The Offspring. Is it what the hell's his name from Linkin-Park? Just committed suicide, and I just heard it a second ago, so we're all going to hear about it, and it's going to be common knowledge the name. But at the very beginning, I do forget. I guess he committed suicide, and I think the thing that bothered me, I asked James, I go, how many kids did he have? And he said 6 kids. And I'm thinking, why would you kill yourself if you have all these little human beings that are eventually going to be asking you for advice? They're going to be going on dates, getting married, having kids, and now you're not going to be there to give them advice, and now they're gonna have to go off, ask strangers and grow up with a hole in your heart. And that's the thing that gets me more than anything else. Yeah, I know why people would want to kill yourself. I mean, it's life gets tough. Sometimes you don't see the answer, or it's going to be better 5 years from now. But guess what? It's not 5 years from now. It's now, and you got to go through all this crap. And but I think one thing that should get everybody through is just the thing that you got these kids. Your kids will love you. I mean, pretty much no matter what. And I'm sure OJ's kids love him. We'll get to that in a second. But now these kids that will give you the benefit of the doubt, almost unfairly the benefit of the doubt. You have so much influence, and you're gonna just take yourself out of the equation, and now these kids have to, warm up to somebody else, and have that. Could I have stopped them? And did I have anything to do with it? Because we're designed to be guilty, and if your dad kills himself, if he kills herself, that's not good. But if he kills himself, now you're gonna be wondering, okay, could I have stopped it? Should I have said something? What did I do? Was it me? And then your kids are gonna later on be kind of not used to suicide, but they will feel closer to suicide having their dad do the act. So I'm sure it increases the odds of them committing suicide too. I mean, it can go on and on, but I just don't get it. And of course, I asked him. I go, "Hey, were there drugs involved?" Well, first of all, how did he kill himself? And he said, "Oh, he hanged himself." Oh wait, if you're a human, if you hung a picture, you hung a picture. If you are a human and you hanged yourself. It's different in grammar. What was I talking about? That's my train of thought. I'm not very good at grammar, so when I do get a chance to explain something that a lot of people mess up, I get excited. So you have. I understand if you're on drugs and you can't you can't function, and if you do hang yourself, to me, you're a drug addict, because no sober person in their right mind is gonna freaking put a noose around their neck and hang themselves. That's got to be the worst way to kill yourself if you're sober. Because to me, jump in front of a train if you're gonna do it. There's a lot of other ways to do it, but to hang yourself, oh gosh, that is just it hurts. It takes a long time. What if it don't work? Then you get this rash on your neck, and the next day at work, people are going to start asking questions. You're going to have to start lying, saying, yeah, I joined MMA, and some guy that just shaved tried to get me in a chokehold, a rear naked chokehold. Don't know why he's naked. And, it's just, for a guy, you want a sure thing. That's why they say guys are more successful at killing themselves, because they usually pick up a gun, where a lot of women will pick up a bottle of pills and be unsuccessful a lot of times. And here's the thing. You are on this earth for a very small amount of time. Believe me, life is trying to kill you anyway. People are trying to kill you. You got parasites in your body. You have more parasites than you have cells. That is trying to kill you. The point being is, if it's like a firework. It's just exploding. And in the middle explosion, a firework's like, oh, this sucks. I want to extinguish myself. Douse some water on me. No, just enjoy the explosion. It's pretty. People around you are watching, and that's what you're here for. Get the most out of it, because you're going to be gone before you know it anyway. But you don't want to be gone by hanging yourself, crapping yourself to death, and it's going to smell, and then somebody's going to walk a room and find you having the people you love. Because forget about the people that you hate. Let's forget them. Think about the people you love. In this case, his kids. If I'm in the carpool lane, I got to get over by myself. In this case, there's kids. But there's going to be somebody you didn't think of, or some, even somebody that you used to like, you just haven't been in touch with in a long time, and they're going to say, shoot, maybe we could have just, I could have drank a beer with that guy one day, but now he's gone. Now it ain't going to happen. We could have reminisced, and like that old Bruce Springsteen song. It's just before you know it, 2 years has gone by, and then the guy that he had, that he met in a bar, an old friend, he told him about that song, and so he wrote the song, Springsteen did, and his friend wound up suing him for not giving him any credit. So you're getting ready to kill yourself, and you're just thinking of all the negative things, but it's just, I know that like these people that have money, and they have fame and fortune, it's hard for them to listen. And I'll tell you, one way to get out of killing yourself is just talk to people. Just get over your freaking ego. Get over, and because people, that's all going to come out. People are just going to say that you just didn't want to deal with it. Just find a smart person, a good person that's been in that same situation, and you will be like, holy crap, I cannot believe I was going to kill myself. You know what I mean? You talk. There are so many people that have been in your shoes. I don't care what you're going through. I know people in my life that are going through so much crap, and I'm thinking, what would I say to them? And I think the first thing I would say to them is, you have a right to feel everything you're feeling right now. Because some crap happened to you. Life happens, and it doesn't feel good. But you don't have a right to keep on feeling that way, because there are too many ways to work on it, to work on things. And we all know if there's something that needs fixed, once you fix it, then it feels good when you're done. You're like, oh yeah, I had a problem, I fixed it, and look at me, I fixed that pipe on the side of the house until the one 4 feet away burst, and then you got to fix it again. So, if you could just get over your I don't want to be embarrassed, I want to save face, but yet you're willing to kill yourself, crap your pants, and have your roommate walk in, smell you, and that's the last vision they get of you. And not to mention, what do you think is going to happen after you die? What do you think is going to get your body? For one, what if it hurts real bad? I always think about these people that shoot themselves. That's got to be the biggest headache in the world. And what if your heart rate doesn't go to 0 right away? What if you lay there for 25 minutes? What if you take a bunch of pills? And I've had my stomach hurt so bad I have stomach problems, so bad from things that it's the only thing that matters. I mean, you can't fathom it. If something's going to kill you, we're hard to die. The human being, it's designed to live. And I remember I had to put my dog down one time. I gave him a bunch of insulin, and I figured, he'll just go to sleep. And he was old, and he was a diabetic, and somebody told me one time, oh yeah, if you take too much insulin, it'll kill you. I'm like, okay, in case I ever want to kill somebody. And then, so when my dog was sick, I'm like, oh, how sweet. I'll just give him a bunch of insulin. He'll go in a coma and blah, blah, blah. That dog was thrashing around, and it took hours for him to finally succumb, and it was horrible. And, so I always wonder, unfortunately, unfortunately, people can't come back and say, boy, that was very painful. That lasted a lot longer than I thought, and I had some doubts, and I found out that maybe I wasn't as, I should have accepted, God's will in my life, and now there's no going back. Now it's eternal separation, whatever it is. It's just, all we know is we have a certain amount of track that's in front of us, and there's going to be ups and downs on that track. When you're going up, you cannot explain to people, oh, it's going to be so easy on the other side. Because all we know is it hurts, it's hot, it's hard, it's embarrassing, you're tired, you don't want to face things, But when you're on the other side of that, guess what? All I do is talk about stories that were hard, that were hurt, that were embarrassing. I had a guy today, I walked in on him, and he was totally naked. One of my customers was sitting on the toilet naked. I mean, not with his pants down. I mean, totally naked. And it was embarrassing. And I just wanted to leave, but then he had to come and talk to me. So I said, oh, sorry for making you a stranger in your own home. And the thing of it is we were laughing about that. Not the guy and I. Hopefully he wasn't the lead singer of Linkin-Park, but my coworker and I were laughing about it, and it's like, that's what life is made of. The harder you work, the more stressful a situation, the more it sets you apart from everybody else on the other side. But there's no use in saying it right now because you're not on that side. But that's the whole thing. If somebody's life is so bad that they're going to kill themselves, that means that hill is so high, it's so hard to climb, but if they can get over it, they will have a story. They will have, it's like that old saying, God prayed for, God, please give me understanding and patience. And so God gave this person strife and hardship and everything. That's the only way to get it. So, when you're going through all this stuff, if somehow you could just get a glimpse of the other side. And I think that's why it's good to talk to people. That's why I said smart people that have been through this, because they can kind of give you a glimpse of the other side. And it's like, oh, well, I'm not the only one. Wow. And the more people that you talk to that have been through it, the easier it gets. Because you're like, I used to go snowboarding all the time, and remember, a lot of these cliffs just seem like daunting, these jumps and everything. There's no way in hell I'd go over them until you go riding with these little guys that are just really good, living with their mom, and they take all these risks, and they're in front of you, you're following them, and then they go off a cliff, they go off these drop-offs, and you're like, well, I guess it's doable, and then you go down. Of course, I land on my butt, and it feels like I got the world's largest enema and everything else. But I wouldn't have done that if nobody in front of me did it for certain things. Later on, it was too easy to do things because I wasn't afraid of anything. But that's a whole different story. But at the beginning, it wasn't. You see people do it, you're like, hey, I could do it. So sometimes it's good and sometimes it's not. But the point is, when you see people going through these problems, people's kids dying, people, I know people that were sued for everything they had. I was sued for a ton of money, and I think at one point I was sued for $300,000, and they threw it out. And then one time I was sued for $40,000, and the SOB won, total fraud. and it bugged me. I just picture that guy